welcome to episode 18 of Ina Knits, my video podcast about my passions for yarn and knitting. My name is Ina and I'm coming to you from central Norway. And thank you so much if you have been watching before and are coming back. And thank you so much for sticking with me. I actually just realized that I have passed the date of this podcast first year anniversary. Yay! Wow, such a big accomplishment, and maybe not so much on the other hand, but I'm very satisfied that I'm still around and I still think that podcasting is enjoyable, and a big thank you to everyone who are watching and giving all the lovely feedback to me, and kind of makes it worth it, because it's quite a bit of work to put together a podcast episode. Yeah, it is, but I really like it. So anyway, thank you to everyone. It would be extremely fun to just celebrate, like one should celebrate when you reach a milestone, but yeah, to gather 2,500 people and feed them cake, I'm not sure. Anyway, if you haven't watched before and this is your first time, a warm welcome to you and thank you so much for checking me out. So, today I have a pile of finished objects and I'm very excited to show you a pile of finished objects. That's quite amazing, isn't it? And I also have a knit along to talk about, because on Saturday, September 1st, we are starting a knit along of the Lumpy Space shawl, which is a design by Stephen West, and it is some time ago that when he released that pattern, but it is a gorgeous shawl and I really look forward to start knitting that shawl. And I know that a lot of you are going to knit that shawl together with me, and that is super exciting, and I can't wait to knit along and share the progress with you. And I have picked out some colors, or sorry, some yarns that I'm going to knit that shawl out of, and I think I'm just going to start off with showing you my colors. Whee! Here they are, and I made a post on Instagram about them, and start with the first one, which I believe will be the one that I will put in the square in the middle. And this is a beautiful green, really like lettuce green. It is from Tweety Todd, and it is their merino sock, which is a 75% merino and 25% nylon, and the color is called Gump. My second color will be Ancient Arts, and this is also a fingering sock, combination of superwash, fine merino and nylon. And this color is a white base with a lot of different colors. You have greens and blues and teals and pinks and yeah, many grays, and it's called Little Wild Things. Super nice. And my last color will be this one, which is a very pretty 100% merino yarn, although it's quite tightly spun, so it almost feels like this one, but it is 100% merino, so I need to use it for a shawl or something like that, not socks. Anyway, this is Martin Slab, and the colorway is called For the Love. Yeah, so I believe that these three will be very nice together. But I'm very excited to see how they play along, and I do have a little joker or a little something up my sleeve that may be appearing in the shawl, but I need to, I don't think I will know for sure if these are going to work until I actually cast on and start knitting with them. And you know, this is also very nice. It's a U logo, and it's a merino cashmere nylon. Lucky Charm is the colorway, and it could be very nice together as well. I don't know. If you have some opinion on this, please let me know and put a comment down below. I'm not sure. But anyway, the pattern of the lumpy space shawl is originally written for 4 different colors, but you can reduce to 3, and that's what I'm planning to do. So 3 100-gram hanks of fingering weight yarn is enough. So I hope that you will join in on the cowl, and if you do, please use the hashtag lumpyspaceKAL. And I am planning to put together prizes for the cowl and draw a winner. I will make a post in the Ravelry group, which I forgot to mention, but I do have a Ravelry group for this podcast. It's called Knits, and you can search for it on Ravelry in the groups tab if you like to join in. And I will create a post there where you can share which colors you are planning to use for your lumpy space shawl, and we can chat together there and encourage each other in the knitting of the shawl. So I know that several other cowls are also running this fall, and I don't want this to be like a stress knit along, so I think that I will keep it going for the end, until the end of November, so that we can finish this off before we like get into the Advent and Christmas knitting mood. Yes, and I would really like to hear from you if you are interested in donating a prize for this knit along. I will put together some nice prizes myself, but if you are a maker or just want to donate something, I would really appreciate it. So please let me know if you do. Right, that was it for the Lumpy Space Cal. Can't wait to start on September 1st, this Saturday. Yay! I have been knitting quite a lot this past 3 weeks. I even got myself a weekend all by myself in our cabin, and unfortunately the weather was crappy that weekend, so I got a lot of knitting time. I was planning on doing some mountain hiking, but instead I mostly stayed indoors and I knitted a whole lot. So I have some finished knits to show you, and firstly I would like to share these. And these are the beautiful Selbu mittens. The pattern is called Speedy Selbu mittens by Skeindeer Knits, and they are really speedy because I think I clocked one of the mitten and it took me 2.5 or maybe 3 hours to knit them, including the thumb. So that's pretty speedy, and the pattern is super easy to follow, and yeah, it's a extremely beginner friendly project if you are new to color work. And they are knit with aran or worsted weight yarn, and I used Fritidsgarn from Sandnes. This color is Fritidsgarn, it's the color 3511, and the other one is called Fritidsull from Linde garn. Linde garn is part of House of Yarn, and both of them are 100% pure wool, untreated, so non-superwash wool. So that was a fun project. I knit them with 5mm needles, yes, and they fit like a glove. Perfect size for me. So I'm super pleased with this pair of mittens, and you know, they went past so quickly, and I just had to cast on another pair. Week. So this is the second pair, and I just changed up the colors, and here I used Fritidsull by Linde garn in beautiful green, almost olive green, and the undyed white. And I haven't washed and blocked this pair yet, but I'm planning to do so, and I'm using my extremely beautiful Selbu mitten blockers, which is made by Patricia of the Knitography. She has an Instagram account where you can find a link to where to purchase beautiful mitten or sock blockers yourself. And they are the sizing of these are meant to fit my hand perfectly, so that's a big bonus. And well, I thought after knitting these I still wasn't tired of the pattern, so I casted on for a third pair. Woohoo! So yes, I am still using Fritidsgarn, and this is a combination of the undyed white and a light grey. These aren't blocked either, but they are finished. So yeah, I think that at least 2 of these pairs will be given away for Christmas. So if you're looking for a nice gift pattern, I can warmly recommend knitting Speedy Selbu mittens. And actually I have been tempted to cast on for a 4th pair, but I am going to hold off because, you know, I have purchased the whole Selbu mitten club from Skeindeer, and the first pattern in her club will be coming out on Saturday, September 1st, and I think I want to knit that pair instead, and maybe I will continue knitting Speedy Selbu mittens later on. We shall see. I also have plans for another mitten knit, which I will talk about later in the episode. So, have you been bitten by the Selbu mitten bug yet? I have, that's for sure. Okay. I also have a finished pair of socks. And these socks are a gift to my husband. He really wanted me to knit him a pair of socks, and so I did. And I was planning to gift them to him for Christmas, but I think that he is expecting to get a pair of socks like now to use when he's up in the cabin during fall. So that's fine, he will get them now. I have used a crazy Zauberball for this pair, and I think I weighed them and they weigh like pretty exactly 90 gram. So I only have a little 10-gram nuggets left of the crazy Zauberball ball. Yes. I can't recall the colorway name, but I will put it down on in the notes together with my show notes if you're curious to see. The really fall-like colors. I think it's very, very nice. What I particularly love about Crazy Zauberball is that it doesn't seem like it's a rule when it comes to how the colors appear throughout the ball of yarn. So it's completely random. And yeah, I think that's super, super fun. You can see here he got quite a lot of strong blue, and you have well, that's a bad example. Then you have a lot of blue there, but on the other sock it's only a short section of blue and short section of blue there as well. And yeah, it's no rule, all random. I like that sometimes. Okay, I haven't used a particular pattern for these socks because I have like a sock pattern in my head. So I knitted 2x2 rib. I casted on 72 stitches, 2x2 rib for 25 rounds, I think. And then I continued with some broken rib pattern. I think it's called broken rib, but it essentially is 3 rounds of plain stockinette and then 1 round of 2x2 rib. And then I did a heel flap with some slip stitches, a gusset decrease and a plain toe. And by plain toe I mean that it's knit flat with decreases on both sides and then 2 knit stitches between. And I always graft the toe using Kitchener stitch because I think that finishing is so beautiful. And I don't need to look up how to do the Kitchener stitch every time because I do it quite often, so it's all in my head. My first work in progress is actually almost a finished knit, and that is the Cumulus blouse. And it's all done with 2 sleeves. I just finished the second sleeve this morning with a beautiful I-cord bind off, which I love. I also did an I-cord all around the v-neck opening, and I did an I-cord at the bottom. And the reason why this isn't finished is that I did something funky with the, or funny, I don't know, something wrong with the bottom I-cord bind off, because it's rolling up and it's not supposed to do that. I'm not sure if I did it too loosely or if... I know that I did the I-cord bind off from the wrong side of the garment. I didn't think that that mattered, but maybe it does. So I'm now in the process of undoing that I-cord bind off, and then I will give it another try. And if it doesn't work, oh, fluff again. If it doesn't work on my second attempt, I will rip that out again and do a short section of ribbing instead, just to make sure that it doesn't roll up like that, because I don't like that at all. But I really like the rest of the sweater, and I can warmly recommend PetiteKnit's pattern. It's very clear and easy pattern to read. And yeah, so can't wait to get it finished. It's a bit warm to wear right now because we now have temperatures up on almost 20 degrees Celsius again, but it will get colder eventually this fall, so hopefully it will be a cozy and warm and nice garment to wear. The yarn I'm using is Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair, Thin Silk Mohair, and it is color number 5042. One of the first things that I casted on after I started this podcast in August 2017 was the piece sweater, or the piece genser, which is a design by Garn. and it looks like this. It is a heavy patterned sweater with color work all over, as you can see. And I promised my mother that I would knit this sweater for her. It's got unity sleeves, and it's constructed with satin sleeves, and you have collar up here, and you can't see it on this picture, but it is a pull over, and it got zipper from the top of the neck and down to, yeah, the upper chest area. And my mother, she doesn't knit, and I really wanted to knit her a garment, and this was the garment that she picked out and that she wanted, so I couldn't say no. So, but I didn't promise to finish it for her to a particular date, and to be honest, I haven't felt it with this sweater. It has been an extremely slow progress. I casted on first sleeve in the end or beginning of September last year, and I haven't even finished it. And that is crazy. I haven't shown you the progress in months because it hasn't been any progress. But this marker shows where I was at last time I showed you. And I have now knitted a good 20 centimeters, and all of this progress has been made during this past week. So that actually proves that it's possible for me to manage to finish it sometime. It has been bugging me throughout this year that I haven't been able to pick it up more often and do a decent amount of progress. I just shortly, or it was perhaps a week ago when I picked it up again, I just realized that my mother will be turning 70 next year in June. And this is the perfect present for her 70th birthday, isn't it? So I will now make sure to spend a lot more knitting time on this sweater, and I will probably keep showing you here on the podcast because I don't think that my mother is watching. But I have been quite mindful not to share anything about it on Instagram because she is she's following my Instagram account, and that's the way I'm going to continue, because I want this sweater to be a surprise. I believe that she might have just given up on the sweater by now, so it would be really fun if I could keep it a secret and then gift this to her as a finished piece when she turns 70. Don't you think? So the piece sweater, it is a free pattern by Garn. I believe you can find it on their website and maybe on Ravelry as well. But I'm not sure if it is translated to English, or if it's only in Norwegian. Yeah, I can show you the yarn I'm using. I'm using these two colors from Garn, which is their Baby Wool, and the white is color number 10, and the, I don't know, light brown taupe color is 3841. I just yesterday met up with Lili from Nordic Stitches, which is her podcast name, Nordic Stitches podcast, and also her business name. She's a pattern designer and she makes beautiful things, progress keepers and stitch markers, and now she sews project bags. And she has an Etsy shop where you can take a look and buy these lovely things from her. And we met up yesterday in a yarn shop nearby, and we had a super fun and lovely couple of hours together. And that was such a treat to finally meet her, and I suspect, or I guess you already know her, but if you don't, you really need to go over to her YouTube channel and check her out, because she has such a wonderful personality, very cheery, and yeah, a lot of good energy in her. She was actually telling me that she was planning on casting on this piece sweater as well, because she is the queen of stranded knitting. She really enjoys knitting a lot of stranded color work, and especially in garments like this. So that was a big support to me to hear that she was planning to cast that on, and we can now like cheer each other on and encourage each other to do some decent progress. I really like that. And if any other of you also are knitting the piece sweater, please let me know, because yeah, it is a big undertaking and a big challenge. I don't mind knitting stranded color work. I actually quite enjoy knitting that. As for the Selbu mittens, I find it so meditative and relaxing, and yeah, because I need to focus on the pattern. I don't do much else than sitting down and knit that pattern. But when it comes to this sweater, it's so heavy patterned that it's a bit too much for me. It is. And Lili, she just released her newest pattern, which is called Skandinavia mittens, and these are a beautiful pair of stranded colorwork mittens, inspired by the Scandinavian knitting traditions, with some Selbu inspiration. You got the Selbu rose there, and yeah, they're just beautiful, and they're made out of fingering weight wool. And I am definitely going to knit them. I got some gorgeous Tuku wool, which is a Finnish wool brand, last year, or earlier this year, from a viewer in Finland, and I have been waiting for the perfect project to use my Tuku wool, and I think that the Scandinavia mittens will be it. So I got an undyed white hank, and I also got many nuggets of it's very difficult to show you. I got about 20 of these nuggets in all different beautiful colors. I will either use them as the main color, and then I will do the patterning in this white, or I will do the opposite, do the white as the main color, the backdrop, and then use all of these little nuggets as the contrast color. Won't that be fun? I think so, and I can't wait to start knitting this pair, and I think the Scandinavia mitten pair will be a perfect project for my very special Tuku wool gift. If you want to knit yourself a pair of Scandinavia mittens, Lili most generously donated a copy for one of you viewers as well. So please then head over to my Ravelry group. I will open a thread there, and I will post the prompts that you need to answer if you are interested in the chance of winning a copy of the pattern. So thank you so much, lovely Lili, for that, and for a super nice meetup yesterday, and I hope that it won't be long until we can meet again. Well, that was all for this episode. I will put in some footage from my past 3 weeks at the end here, if you're interested in that. And I hope that you are having a wonderful end of your August and beginning of September, which is officially first month of fall. And that's when we really are stepping up the game and knit all the time, isn't it? And I hope you will join in for the Lumpy Space knit along, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!